Hi, my name's Daisy and today I'm doing my August wrap up and my September to be read, and I also have some exciting news. My exciting news is I have a new website called fangirldaily.com, and basically within this it's pretty much anything fangirly and doing it daily. I go and hunt together for you all the interviews and things that they have posted from things like Vampire Academy and The Fault in Our Stars, like set photos of whatever, anything that you think fangirly to do with books and also other assorted items is on there. And the August one is kind of this big, and the September one I'm trying to make up for it, so it's a bit this big. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of reading in August because it's kind of like holiday month and things were happening, and then things got busy, and then things got crazy, and then things got... There's a moth. Thank you, moth. Yes, August. So August was a bit crazy, and basically I only read 3 books. I'm kind of ashamed. All these 3 books I have reviews on from August, so I will put them in a link next to where the book is. And first of all, we have The Gravity of Birds by Tracey Guzman. I was sent this by HarperCollins. I really enjoyed it. It was my first sort of adult book. That sounds really wrong. Adult fiction book. I haven't read an adult fiction book at all this year, so this is a sort of new one for me. And I really enjoyed it. But it was kind of different to what I normally read, because I normally read a lot of science-y fiction and... Why did I say science fiction when I meant young adult? I do read young adult science fiction, but the moth's distracting me again. I'm not very good today. Then I read Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I really enjoyed this. They also have the film adaptation coming out next year on February 14th, which is 2 days before my birthday, but I was actually meant to be born on the 14th. So this will be my birthday movie, I think. That will be enjoyable. And the second book, Frostbite, I have actually decided that for my friend's birthday, and she does a blog and it's called Total Teen Fiction, I'm buying her Frostbite because she hasn't read it either, and we're going to do a readathon for her birthday. So I have got Frostbite coming in October in my to be reads, which is exciting. And finally, I read Untold by Sarah Rees Brennan. This is the second book in the Lynburn legacy, and I really enjoyed this. It was absolutely awesome for the second book. Sometimes I find it a little bit troublesome, second books, because they kind of go after being whoo, ha, ha. So I really enjoyed this. It was a ha, ha, ha book. And I think Sarah Rees Brennan just has a really sort of funny comedic way of writing. Now we are talking about September to be reads. The first book in my September to be reads, which I have actually read now, it was The Transfer, a Divergent Story by Veronica Roth. This is one of 4 short stories containing about 4 the character. Really confusing, 4 short stories about 4, but anyway, I really enjoyed this. It's only about 30 pages, so it does count towards my Goodreads reading 50 books, which is really brilliant for me because I am actually a little bit behind. Then we have Another Way to Fall by Amanda Brooke. This is kind of a one that you have to go into emotionally knowing that it might upset you, because it is about a girl that has been struggling with an illness for quite a while, and then obviously she's told bad news and that she's not going to survive through it, so then she starts writing a book about her life. And I'm finally going to read Requiem by Lauren Oliver, because I've had this on my library hold and I've done it 3 times over, which is kind of a bit naughty because I shouldn't probably renew it that many times, but I have to read this month because A, it has to go back, definitely, because it's just not fair to the whole book world for me to keep this in my drawer trying to read it, but I really want to read this. It was a bit difficult. I've read about 30 pages, I think, but I was just kind of like, wait, what? Why are we in a different point of view? I don't know, panic. Next we have Game by Anders Delamotte. I don't know if I just butchered that name because I am not Swedish and I do not know how to speak Swedish, but this is actually a Swedish novel that has been translated into English and it comes out in December. I was sent this very nicely by HarperCollins and I'm really looking forward to this. It sounds really awesome. At first, it kind of reminded me a bit sort of of the Saw concept, because it's all about playing the game and that you have to do all these tasks and then it gets uploaded to the internet and then FBI and stuff is involved because it's just bad and it's just not good. But yes, I am ready to play the game. Now for my overzealous bit. So if I have read those 3 books, which I can generally read 3 books in a month, these will be my next 2 books to go to. First we have Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Rhoden. I have had this since May and I said I was going to read it before The Sea of Monsters and then read The Sea of Monsters before the film of Sea of Monsters. I'm behind and I realised that I've actually got the movie cover, so not quite delighted about that. I thought originally that it wasn't and the person told me it wasn't. I think that was just for sales, really quite irritating, but I will probably buy the rest of them on my Kindle because I will fastly run out of space, especially with all the series that I am buying. I can't do it if I have them out of order and they're just different covers, and all that went a little bit strange in my accent then, but anyway, I can't have the different covers. It'll just drive me mad, and I don't want to have to buy another book just to replace this one because I have already got it, so that would be frustrating, and I could buy another book for that money. This was also bought in the haul that I bought the Percy Jackson book in, so you can see how long it's taken me to read some books. And this is Acid by Emma Pass. My mum even wants to read this because it looks really awesome on the back. And I am now surrounded by books, and that's going to be fun to try and get out of this position because I'm actually right next to a fireplace. And yes, that was a working fireplace. I live in a Victorian house. In other news, I have been watching the Lizzie Bennet diaries, and I keep trying to do the accent she does for her mother, and it fails because I am English and I cannot do an accent like that because it just comes out funny when I go like, "Oh, Lizzie." Yeah, that does not sound like an American accent. I am now on episode 80 and I only started 3 days ago. I make it sound like fangirling is a disease. Doing my September reads and my August what I read. What is it called? Wrap up and to be read pile.